Need some fast, cheap, reliable MUT coins? Go to MMOXP.com and use discount code MONEYSHOT for 5% off your order. Link in the description below. Welcome back, YouTubers and Madden fans. This is MADDENMONEYSHOT, snipping up the Madden cheese as always. Got a gameplay for you today, and a defense as well, some offensive plays. But before I do, since I'm showing a lot of gameplay these days, I figure I might as well show you guys my team, especially when I make changes. So if you guys want to see updates to my team as I go along throughout the year in these gameplays, let me know in the comment section. Ultimately, the only changes I'm making today, I basically swap out Byron Jones, who just wasn't really that fast and doesn't really have much to grow. I'm basically going to try to swap him out and try to make Rod Woodson a full 93 whenever I get to that. You can see right there, getting to a 90 is already faster. I'm also going to switch playbooks this week. I think every week I'm going to do a new playbook. I got to go with what I can afford. I don't really have a lot of coins right now based off of buying training points. You can see, I could afford the Bengals. They were one of the cheapest offenses that I could find.
It's funny, isn't it? I'm broke. I'm broke.
I like to use the books that you guys suggest, so let me know in the comment section. But right now, I got to use what I can afford and what I'm familiar with. And the Bengals, Rams, and Broncos are the ones I bought today. But please let me know in the comment section what you guys want to see next. But for today's video, I'm going to be using the Bengals. I chose this playbook because I already put out a full breakdown of the Bengals, and to me, it's one of the most underrated offenses in the entire game. But this offense is really good, so link in the description if you want to check that out. Other than that, the first defense I'm going to use is the cover 1 QB contain. I just put this defense out. To me, it's an amazing run defense. You're going to see how even in this video it shuts down. But it amazes me how many people in the comments were like, nah, man, that won't work. Like, do people even try these plays before they actually say, nah, it won't work? This very next play doesn't work because I guessed wrong. It was a pass play, and this isn't necessarily a best pass defense, although ultimately it was my mistake because there you can see I go after the quarterback and I sent the closest defender, which basically just left this guy wide open.
God damn it!
But as far as the run defense goes, to me, if I really need a great run defense, this is my go-to every time. Now, in this next play, I was actually running a 3-4 all-out blitz, the pinch buck O. Obviously, that's not a great run defense. I didn't quite get to my base defense yet, but I'm going to get to that here. Now, like I said, this is what the video is about. To me, this is one of the best plays in the game, and it's the OLB strike 2. Now, I picked the wrong formation here. This is the 3-4 predator. Typically, I run this out of the 3-4 even. I didn't even know it was in this formation. I just saw it and picked it because, like I said, it's a really good defense. You can see it doesn't really matter. It still shut down the run. That's the point of this defense. Right here, we're going to get the right one, though. The 3-4 even. We're going to pick it out of the right formation this time. To me, this is a better setup. You can see it's a slightly different alignment as far as the front 7 goes, but there's not much of a difference as far as how the play works and then the pressure that it gets. But like I said, to me, one of the best base defenses in the game. Right there, gets 2 yards, shut down once again. You're going to see throughout the course of this video that he really doesn't do anything against his defense, run or pass, throughout the entire video, and most people don't. It's a very good defense. So 4th and 4, he's going to go for it. Like I said, this defense shuts down, almost gets a sack, but a little bit of Madden BS bails him.
What the hell was that?
I don't know what happened there, why my guy didn't jump, and then I see it. Basically, this is what happened. It's pretty obvious. I got the perfect time lag to keep an interception off the board, and on the very next play, he just walks in. I don't know if my head was reeling. I didn't put much of a defense on that next play at all. On the offensive side, one of the first plays I'm going to use is the strong stretch out of the I-form wing. Basically, this play here, I just like to flip it and run it short because most people are going to defend the 2 tight end side. Whenever they see a side that's overloaded like that, they're going to go to that side. Just like you saw he did there, he super hesitated. Very next play, I'm going to go with that PA boot flow play, just like I was telling you. All I'm going to do is motion out the running back. The 2 tight ends are pretty good, and once again, they're going to get defended first. It typically leaves this fullback / running back sub open in the flat, especially against cover 3, cover 4, which he's been running quite a bit, which is why I chose that play. So next play I'm going to pick is the post shot play. Once again, if I motion in this X route, a lot of times he beats cover 3, but it didn't work out here, so I make a bad read. The A route was wide open. That's typically the other read, but since I was staring down the X route, I get sacked. The pressure was right in my face. So 3rd and long, we're going to switch it up and go with the gun empty bunch wide. This is one of the reasons that I chose this formation. Very good pass play series. Basically, I'm going to use a lot of the same concepts. The B route was probably there, but the game just started. A lot of times early on, I'm just not making reads. I'm not seeing the field properly, and he gets a couple sacks on me. No big deal. So switching it over to the defensive side, like it says, the defensive video anyway. We keep coming out. Every time I see somebody in the 3 tight end set, I'm going to come out in this run defense. Like I said, it's a pretty locked down run defense, but the only issue is it's not necessarily the best pass defense. So here he catches me in a pass, and I go to the side where all the receivers are, and he basically just goes across the field on me. So we're going to go right back to that base defense. Like I said, this is a defense that he hasn't had any success against, and a lot of people aren't going to have success against, because cover 2 is a superior pass defense after the patch, after the latest patch. I made a video about it. And it's always been a superior run defense as far as, all you got to do really is hard flat. So there he gets a couple yards, no big deal, 3 yards. The very next play, I switch it up. We're sending a little bit of a man blitz because ultimately he's getting close to field goal range, so I want to kind of guarantee that I knock him back. And then you can see right there, I mean, there's a little bit of a scheme to be had in this, but ultimately I'm going to go right back to this defense. So here we go, 3rd and 8, right on the border of a field goal range type of play. And I make a gorgeous user right here. I cut off pretty much every route, every lane within the center of the field. There's 4 routes, and I'm pretty much in the mix on all of them, and he's got nowhere to go. He's going to try to run with Steve Young, which doesn't work out, and we get another sack knocking him out of range. Now he's going to go for it on 4th and 20. We send it all out man blitz once again. And we're going to sack him once again. We get the ball back right there. We're going to go right back to that gun empty bunch wide. Like I said, this is a formation I put out a little while ago. It was affected a little bit by the patch, but ultimately you can still have a lot of success. And it's pretty much the same concept throughout. All I'm going to do is basically turn this into a levels concept on the right side. And you're going to see how one of these 3 routes is going to get open. I mean, the RB route a lot of times will beat cover 3. The A route can beat cover 3 as well. And then the B route can beat cover 3. He's doing all 3, so it's really my choice. I take the short route because it was wide open. Why throw into a contested catch if you don't have to? But ultimately, like I said, I'm just going to work this series of plays down the field. The drive wide corner is probably my favorite. That one here, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to change up a little bit. I'm going to motion over the RB route. I'm putting the Y route, the running or the X route on a flat, which is a little bit different. You can't do that on the other side, but that that X route to me is a great play, especially against cover 3. Once again, a lot of times he's just going to come open, wide open underneath. He's covered. I mean, he might have hard flat on that particular play.
Hey man, you got moss.
Like I said, that's something that I can steal that all game if I pass that correctly. Then the very next play, like I said, we're just switching it up. This is the only difference between this play and the last couple plays is you got a wheel route on the one side, which is really only going to come in handy against man coverages. And he hasn't run too much of that. He's been running a lot of cover 3. So we're going to work Randy Moss one more time.
My man, you got moss.
I'm going to come down with the touchdowns. Very, very good pass formation. I'm going to use that quite a bit in this half. Very next series of play, like I said, keep going back to that base defense. We're just getting sacks on top of sacks. Here, he tries to roll out, but once again, the coverage is there. You know what I mean? Like, we're all over that.
Nope.
There's nothing open. Cover 2 is a superior defense to me post-patch. And then on 3rd and long, he's getting sacked one more time. So, I mean, I haven't kept track of how many sacks I've had, but, I mean, it just seems like I'm getting a sack every other play. So, next up, we got to show the punt coverage. Basically, I just put out a video on how to get a better punt return, setup. Make sure you check that out. I'll put a link in the description for that as well. As you can see right here, we get the return for the touchdown. It's a very simple and subtle trick, but you can see it works out for me there. It's just a way to get extra blockers. So make sure you check that out if you want to see how I got that touchdown. Other than that, on the defensive side, once again, I come out in, I'm coming out in the same defense right there. That's probably the best pass play that he got against me. And then here he's getting sacked again because, like I said, the coverage is there. There's just not a lot open. But ultimately, on the next play, I make a big mistake because I come out in a man coverage. Wanted to mix it up. I see him making a lot of adjustments at the line, so I'm thinking, my spider senses are tingling, telling me that he's probably got something. He sees something, and I should change it, but I didn't because I just had faith that the blitz would get there, and then sure enough, he does have something. He beats me over the top for a big play. So, like I said, I should listen to my instincts. I definitely was sensing when somebody starts making calls like that, like they're Peyton Manning at the line, it pretty much means that they see something, they got something. They're setting up a one play. So I should have made the adjustment, but since he hadn't really beaten me that badly on a man coverage, I didn't do it. So ultimately, I'm not going to do that again. So going back to that empty bunch wide set, I'll take the flats all game. You know what I mean? Right there. I mean, here he covers the flats really well. There's nothing really open on that side. I'm waiting. I playmaker the receiver, but I'm waiting for this other guy to do something. And he just stands there, allowing himself to be spied by 2 defenders. So I go for it on 4th and 1. I think I can just pick it up, a nice easy inside zone, and I get stuffed.
God damn it!
So defense to the rescue. He's basically already in field goal range, so we're going to have to knock him back. These sacks are going to have to start coming in bunches. He tries to roll out, throw it up.
Nope.
Once again, cover 2, got it on lock. I mean, he's lucky he didn't get picked off. Next play, 2nd and 10.
Nope.
He's going to try to run it. Once again, this run defense is shut down. He loses a yard. So, like I said, this defense is just coming in the clutch right now. 3rd and 11. We're just going to, like I said, everything's locked up once again. He's going to try to throw it up one more time to that exact same route.
Gotcha, bitch.
And I don't know why he thought he was going to get it because, once again, we get the pick this time. time. The first time he was lucky, it went out of bounds. Second time, he just throws it right to my guy. So I don't know what he was seeing there. He tried to run that play a couple times. It just didn't work out. So very next series on offense, I'm going to try something out of the doubles south. This here is one of my more favorite formations. We're going to use pretty similar concept to what we were using out of the gun bunch empty wide, where ultimately, you know, we're just going to use this high-low concept. As you can see right there, I mean, he used it that way better than the computer typically will. I guess I was doing it too much against his cover 3, so we're going to have to mix it up a little bit. Very next play, I'm going to use the flanker spot, which is a very similar concept on the left side, but to the right side, you got a little bit something different. So motioning out the running back gives me a lot of different options on the right side. A lot of the stuff that I'm really using in this, some of it I put out in the Bengals breakdown, some of it I'm really getting experimental. But bottom line, this formation will be one of the formations that I make a video about here in the future, because this is a really explosive formation. So next series, I see he's running cover 2 man, so I'm going to go right back to that bench concept, and I'm basically going to use like a switch route concept with the running back, because like I said, that running back can do a lot of different things with this motion. He hasn't really paid attention to it yet. So all I really got to do is put him on a wheel route, motion him to the line.
Break yourself, fool!
He could go all the way.
We're gone. We get a touchdown, and you can see it was that cover 2 man still. So you know, if you're missing cover 2 plays, there's a pretty good concept. Going right back to my base defense, like I said, once again, shutting down the run, shutting down the pass. We're gonna try to switch it up just a little bit. I try to mix in some defenses because I don't want to just show him the same thing over and over and over. And I'm thinking at this point, late in the game, he might start to pass the ball a little bit more. But you can see he's gonna keep running it. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna switch it. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm gonna send him some crazy heat on this next play. This is another scheme I put out. It works out pretty decent here. Like I said, the casino blitz is an all-out blitz. I base the line so it doesn't look like a clear man coverage. You can see he can't tell because he's not making a bunch of adjustments to murder me again. But then he turns the corner on my defender, gets around the edge, and we got a fumble, but then I just whiff on the pickup, run right past it, right over it, no pickup animation, and he's got the ball. So that's at least 2 turnovers that should have been, including the first drive where he essentially, you know, that should have been an interception, and then there I get kind of screwed. So we're going to keep trying to send some man. He goes for it on 4th and 5, picks it up. We're going to go back to our blitz from the nickel over G, which has worked out okay, but it just isn't quite getting the pressure as my base defense was. So this is pretty much the last play. Plus it almost gets beat, which is surprising because this isn't the type of play. That's the play he's been trying to make work pretty much the entire game. So we're going to go right back to the base defense that I'm telling you about this entire game. And once again, we're shutting down once again. Here I mix it up one more time. I just basically want a little bit more coverage, so I use the defensive end. I bring him in over the middle the same way that I was the linebacker, and we're going to get the sack again. As you can see right here, I mean, we're just, you know, a lot better coverage. I mean, it's an empty backfield, so I didn't want to take the chance of having a lack of coverage. So 1st and 10, 4th quarter just starts, and I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go right back to the empty bunch wide. The wide route was wide open, but I had a dude on me immediately by the time that I saw it, and I get sacked. I try to go right back to that play, but he must have saw it too, because the very next play, he's all over that route. It's not a glitch or nothing. It's just a good play, and I think he switched his coverage too. So I didn't have anything on that place. Like I said, when I was staring down the coverage, staring down the user at that point, because I pre-diagnosed it and I didn't really have nothing. Then on 3rd and 21, there's not a lot of plays in the game for 3rd and 21 anyway. So putting on my base defense one more time. Very next play, setting up for that nano, and
Gotcha, bitch!
basically he's feeling the heat because he just throws it right into my dude's hands. So we're getting the ball right and pretty much in field goal range right off the bat. So I know at this point in time, not a lot of time left on the clock. I don't have to really do anything other than kick a field goal here, maybe kill a little bit of clock, and this game's mine. So I try to set up a cover 2 play because he's running a lot of cover 2, but it looks like he switches it up here because this is not a cover 2 defense. There's nothing there. So I shoot it underneath just to take the safe play. Like I said, all I really want is a field goal out of this drive. It puts him in a position where he's not in a high percentage of a chance to come back. And now I can basically unleash the dogs on this defense one more time as we're going to start getting more sacks. I mean, what is he? If you watch this entire gameplay, what has he done against his defense? Look at how fast that gets in with the running back blocking and all. I got a 5-man blitz, 6-man protection. On this very next play, he's going to protect everybody. 3rd and 26, he's got everybody protection but 3 routes. and then he's going to throw it right to me. So I'm just going to make a nice basket catch, and that's game. I mean, that's pretty much it. So like I said, use his defense. It's one of the best defenses in the game. Other than that, he's going to roll out. No real reason to stay. So if you want to see more defense videos, more plays like this, do me a favor, the like button. I'll do that next. Other than that, thanks for watching, man. My shit out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.